I have seen more big hits in this game.
Here we go to the right-hand side. 40 has a little space, man. He is all gone. 10. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to touchdown to Albany.
Randall with the ball, breaks outside. 10, still on his feet, still fighting.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And wins it all. The fans are on the field. Here we go.
There you go, the game.
The game right here.
Rival Sports Gridiron Clash coverage is brought to you by Meyer, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Jenkins Family Dentistry, Bowles Mattress Company, PNC Bank, Psychomania Theater of Terror, and Mack Construction and Excavating Incorporated.
Welcome to Indianapolis, Indiana for Rival Sports Gridiron Clash coverage of Kentuckiana High School football, where we're going to broadcast the Horseshoe Classic between the Castle Knights and the New Albany Bulldogs. Good evening, I'm Chris Miles, and joining me is Mike Beck. And Mike, it does not get any bigger than this in the state of Indiana. We're here at Lucas Oil Stadium.
We're in Indianapolis, the home of the Colts, and also the home of Super Bowl 2012. This is the place to be this year.
There's no doubt about it. Lucas Oil Stadium is also the home to the Indiana State Championships. Every single team in the state of Indiana hopes to get here at some point, but New Albany and Castle, they're fortunate. They've been asked to participate in the Horseshoe Classic, and we're here tonight.
It's one of those games that can get your season off to a great start, and that's what both these teams are coming in here to do tonight, Chris. Castle started their season with a win. New Albany had a close loss at home, but they're feeling really good about the team this year. So both teams are fired up for this big game.
And that's a good point. I mean, Castle coming in off a big win off of Terre Haute North, 44-0, and New Albany once again unfortunately fell to their crosstown rival in Providence, and they lost 19-21, a close game. But Coach Charlie Fields is in his very first year, but he's no stranger to New Albany football. He's been an assistant, Mike, as you well know, for over 20 years. He's loved the program, and now he's the head man in charge, and he's pretty excited.
One of the things that Charlie has committed the team to this year is defense, and that's what they're going to need against a team like Castle, who can put up points and put them up fast. So we're really going to get a test tonight. Last week was kind of an introduction. The first game, you know how that goes. You're kind of feeling yourself out, finding out what you can do well, what you might need some work on. Tonight we're going to find out how good these teams really are.
And that's a good point. Coach Hurt, in regards to Castle, last year it was his first loss. New Albany unbeaten Castle last year. So understand, they know how to beat this team. It was just a year ago, but granted, they had over 4,000 yards in offense, and Chris Whitehead and Jalen Forrest, and neither of them are here anymore. So Coach Fields is certainly looking for some offensive answers, because New Albany last year was able to put up points, but defensively was also putting up a whole lot of points of their own.
Well, this game is a game of momentum. You know that. You played, I've played. Whoever comes out and starts to really grab that momentum, put the pads to the opponents, if you will. I'm saying it nicely. But if they can come out and establish some ground, draw a line in the sand, if New Albany can do that early, I think they'll stay in this game and may pull out the win.
Well, speaking last week to Coach Hurd, I mean, one thing I asked him, I said, you know, last year you got beat by New Albany. What happened? He said, we didn't do anything right. We got beaten every phase of the game. We end up having to go to a ground attack, and it just didn't work out. We just started to play catch-up. Whereas he believes New Albany is a great football team, and they got a lot to prove tonight. Coach Fields, on the other hand, and let me tell you this about Castle. They have every receiver back. Defensively, they have offensively, they have 4 offensive linemen back as well. So from the offensive side of the ball, they have a lot of people, a lot of firepower. New Albany, on the other hand, they're rebuilding. This isn't a reload. They're rebuilding. New coach, new program, and hopefully a new attitude around here.
Well, we're going to find out tonight, Chris, as New Albany made the improvements they need to play with a team like the Castle Knights.
I agree. Folks, we tell you every week, get your popcorn, go get a drink. It's kickoff, Rival Sportsway, in just a moment. Come right back.
Rival Sports Gridiron Clash coverage is brought to you by Meyer, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Jenkins Family Dentistry, Bowles Mattress Company, PNC Bank, Psychomania Theater of Terror, and Mack Construction and Excavating Incorporated.
Welcome to Rival Sports coverage of Kentuckiana High School football. Mike Beck, Chris Miles broadcasting
at the holy grail of football, at least in Indianapolis, Indiana, the home of the Indianapolis Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium, for the Horseshoe Classic game between the Castle Knights and the New Albany Bulldogs. And we are excited to be here tonight. Chris, it's going to be a big game.
Mike, I mean, honestly, you can't imagine what's going through these kids' heads and hearts and minds. The emotions and the coaches and the players have to be off the chart. I mean, even though this is not the state championship game, it's Lucas Oil. You see it on TV. If you're a fan of the Indianapolis Colts, you
saw it last night.
Yeah. You know exactly what this stadium is all about. And to be here, be invited by the Indiana High School Athletic Association to represent in the Horseshoe Classic is just a phenomenal treat. And I hope each and every one of these players from all the schools that are participating and all the coaches really just cherish the moment, win, lose, or draw. Just cherish this moment. It's fun, exciting, and rival sports. I couldn't be more pleased to be here.
Oh, I couldn't either, Chris. I can't argue with you one thing except for this one point. While it's great to be here, it's great to be on that field as the teams are taking the field now, New Albany running out. At the end of the game, there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser. And even though you were excited to be here, you want to walk home, you want to walk off this field.
Oh, sure.
Winner. And
sure.
So it's important for both teams to come out and leave it all on the field, as they say.
Oh, I agree. And as you see the New Albany Bulldogs huddle up, they will be the visiting squad tonight. As you said, there will be a winner and a loser. But I think what happens now is no matter how they play and perform, the coaches will be able to say later on in the year when it gets time to sectional time.
Right.
Guys, you remember when we went to Lucas Oil? You remember when we played August 27th? Guess what? That's what it's all about. You already got a taste of it. You want to get there again. So they're going to be able to use that as motivation and instill a whole lot of excitement, pride, and enthusiasm to say, let's go do it for something for real. Let's go get a state championship.
And there's a great chance, Chris, that one of these two teams could meet each other in the playoffs. Now,
absolutely.
In the Hoosier Hills Conference, Floyd Central's off to a great start this year.
Yes, they are.
But New Albany as well will be in the mix there, and they will eventually meet a team from that Evansville region.
They will.
And it could be could be Castle.
And, look, New Albany program is very familiar with Castle.
Yes.
Obviously, I had a little bit more success than you against Castle.
What's up with that?
It's a great build, When you have Coach Charlie Field, who's been around the program for a while, New Albany's first win against Castle came at home in 1984. It's a tremendous win for us. It really spearheaded our program and got it in the right direction with Coach Kazmarek. And this is what Charlie Fields needs. Coach Charlie Fields is going to need a win against Castle right here, go 2 for 2 in wins this season. So it'll be fun to watch as Castle Knights takes the field.
Well, Chris, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with a kickoff of this exciting game. New Albany taking on Castle here at Lucas Oil Stadium. It's going to be a battle, folks. Don't go away. Welcome back to Lucas Oil Stadium. I'm going to say that a dozen times if I said it once.
It just doesn't even sound right.
It doesn't even sound right.
I mean, seriously, this is a phenomenal facility and a phenomenal opportunity for both of these schools in southern Indiana,
You don't get a chance to play in an NFL stadium every day, Chris.
No.
I don't know if you ever got to. I didn't.
No.
In my
well,
career.
I take that back. I played in the RCA Dome when back in the day when I played at Ball State. So we played Indiana State. It was a big rivalry. Ball State and Indiana State played in the Hoosier Dome back in the day.
The Dome.
Yeah.
Well, that dome is long since gone. It's been replaced by this beautiful facility, Lucas Oil, which I believe opened 2008.
Sweet.
Home of the 2012 Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl season for Indianapolis, so they're putting on the Ritz, so to speak.
Yeah.
Polishing up all the street lights and welcoming everybody to town. And the Horseshoe Classic is just a part of that. It's a way to give back to the kids, the high school kids that love football. And, as we said in the pregame, Chris, this is where it ends for Indiana high school football.
Yeah.
This is the Coliseum. This is where they're going.
Well, it is. I mean, Castle has a few state championships under their belt. Their last one was in 1994. They actually had a 12-2 record. Now, that 2 losses was against Evansville Bossy 20-23, and then Evansville Central 22-26. But then they went on an 11-game streak And the major wins in the sectional was over Evansville Rice, 23-10 in the sectional. They played at Martinsville, and we all know how difficult that place is. They beat them 35-28. And then Carmel in semi-state 21-20, and then Portage in the state championship 30-12. And Mike, we are underway.
New Albany kicks off to Castle, and they take the kick, dodge a few tackles.
Yeah, that's number 22 on the carry right there. DeAndre Andrews, a 5'6", 142-pound senior.
And they're going to mark him down right about the 35-yard line. A nice starting position for your first offensive series.
That I will agree with you there.
And one of the things that we've been told is New Albany's defense has been upgraded this year. You remember last year it wasn't anything to see teams put up 40, 50, 60 points against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, for sure. Difficult times for them.
This will be very telling, Chris, what happens in this game.
Well, as I said, Castle has a very veteran offensive line and receiving core, and they went deep right off the bat, and that was unfortunately just outside the outstretched hands of Joe Redburn, number 85.
And that's quarterback Mitch Giles there. He's a junior, so he's got another year of eligibility, as they say in the college ranks. He'll be back next year. They went for it all right there out of the gate. What does that say, Chris, if you're a football team?
Well, you want to strike early. I mean, at the end of the day, you just definitely want to strike early. You want to try and set a tempo. You want to get people on their heels right away. And that's a handoff to number 22, who's definitely going to go around the left-hand side. He's going to, almost got stopped first by number 11, which was Jake Giles, and then Cameron Smith, 17, finished him off. But that was not before DeAndre Andrews had a nice pickup for a first down.
Yeah, that was a 15-yard scamper around the left side. And what I liked about that, Chris, was the blocking of Castle. And they shut the door.
Oh, that they did. I mean, these guys are pretty stout up there. You got a tight end over there on the left-hand side in 88, Joe Williams. And he just sealed that off perfectly.
1st and 10, drops back to pass and finds his mark. New Albany's defense right there, number 11, Jake Giles.
Yeah, he kept the ball in front of him and then made the tackle and drove his feet and did a very, very good job bringing the receiver down to the ground.
Just about 7 yards on that play. It'll be 2nd and 3. Castle with the ball. Quarterback in the shotgun formation, which is always fraught with danger at the high school level.
That it is. But it just gives them just a little bit of extra time to get the ball out. That's a nice catch. Scooty Middleton was in on the play, but that was not before a beautiful catch by Cameron Paris, 6'2", junior. And that's the one thing that Coach Hurt talked about. He has all of his receivers back. They're all juniors, Mike, second-year starters.
Just outside the 20-yard line, that's a huge pickup. That's 1st down and 10. Castle moving the ball pretty easily against this New Albany defense. And they've been picking on the passes to the right side.
Oh, just nearly. Oh, my
Excellent defense.
Just nearly intercepted right there by number 57 of New Albany, who's right there. Brennan Bannett, 5'10", junior.
Did what we've always been told to on the end. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up.
Better believe it.
And it works.
Well, I think what Castle's also doing to keep New Albany off balance is the no huddle. And that doesn't allow them a lot of time to get their defensive signals called. They just pretty much have to stay in a base front.
Quarterback keeper tries to go up the right side, picks up just about 3-4 yards on the play.
Markeel Hastings in on the stop, as well as Cody Leeser.
3rd and 6 for Castle. They continue to march down the field. They're inside the red zone now, the dangerous area where it can make all the difference in the ball game. And they've been mixing it up pretty even on the pass and run.
They have. One thing New Albany's doing on the corners is allowing the in route. Oh, that's a good play right there, but number 34 again, that's Markeel Hastings in on the stop.
An outlet pass and actually loses yards on the play. It's going to be about 4th and a long 8 for Castle now. Will we see a field goal attempt here? That's what they're lining up for.
Yeah, put points on the board. Just put points on the board, get something going, be able to work off what you did starting the game. You got down there and put it in scoring position. That'd be very helpful for you.
Cameron Steenberg is the place kicker. It's going to be a hold by number 11, Jordan Arterberry. Hold is down. The kick is up. It's long enough. Is it?
That's wide.
It is not good. It's wide to the right.
Man, oh, man. What a big stop for New Albany right there, Mike. Big stop.
When they say bend, don't break, that's about as far as you can bend and not break there.
That really is. That really is. And DeAndre Andrews was the workhorse that drive. They came up empty. And last week against Terre Haute North, he had 26 carries for 129 yards and a touchdown. And they came up empty. So here comes New Albany, 1st and 10.
One thing different about the high school game, when you kick a field goal and you don't make it, it comes back out on the 20 instead of the place of the ball. So New Albany will start 1st and goal, their first time on offense. And we've got a little bit of confusion on the field as the refs sort it out. And perhaps they'll tell us what's going on. Or perhaps they won't.
Yeah.
No,
Keep
they're
it
just
to
checking.
themselves.
Yeah, is that the right ball?
That's the right ball. Good air.
Okay, check it. Does it feel 8 pounds?
New Albany's going to be in the pistol as opposed to the shotgun.
Really? And you can tell that because?
It's a little close. Oh, fumble on the ground. That looks like Castle's going to pick it up. I can't see exactly who, but Castle did. Very first snap of the game for New Albany, a mishandle.
I'll tell you exactly what happened on that play, Chris. I've seen that before, and this is not good if it is a turnover.
No, it looks like.
And they're going to say New Albany got it back, but you saw what happened there. That was an option play. The quarterback going to hand to the running back who's supposed to go over it but not try to take it.
Right.
It looked like he tried to pull it from the quarterback, and that led to the missed exchange.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, I was a sophomore when you were a senior fullback. And,
I do believe that.
There were a few times you tried to actually take the ball from me, and I didn't appreciate it.
I was going to knock you down if you didn't give me that ball.
I understand.
Two-man backfield for New Albany. 2nd and 11 now. They were dodged a bullet that time.
That they did. Another mishandle. And what they really need to do, they need to just fake that pitch. I mean, fake the handoff and come around the corner and go ahead and pitch it out and quit trying to be inside, because what they're doing too long of a read. Michael Deal is doing too long of a read, Mike. He's supposed to watch the end. If the end crashes down, he pulls. If the end comes up, then you give it. But presently, he is not reading the defensive end to figure out what to do just now.
Okay, their snap to fumble ratio is pretty high right now, Chris. I think they're going to have to do something about that. Now it's 3rd and 12. 2 snaps, 2 fumbles by New Albany. What can they do on their 3rd attempt? Now the shotgun. And this time the handoff does exchange.
Well, that's pretty safe call.
Is that Terrence Jones?
Terrence Jones on the carry, but a pretty safe call. Your 3rd and 12.
You pick up 8. So it'll be 4th down. New Albany will have to